Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Mid-Range J. Once again, back on the boat. We got a special guest today, one that really don't need no introduction. We got the queen of rap herself, obviously from the 7th letter of the alphabet, my girl, Gifted Gab. What's going down with you?
What's up? How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I'm on a boat, man.
I feel that. I like that. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? We go way back.
For
you
sure.
Know what I'm saying? Like
We
both
do.
Blast, baby. You know
Yeah,
what
real
I'm saying?
Seattle
So,
shit.
This one is actually going to really be special for us. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying? Giving us a little bit of talk. You know what I'm saying? So,
Thank you for
without
having
further
me.
ado, we're going to go ahead and get up into it. So,
Let's do it.
how's your tour coming?
The tour is good. Seattle is now our third stop. We had the first stop was Sacramento, then we had Portland, and now Seattle, and then after that Santa Cruz. So it's been really fun. The crowds have been crazy. They've been buying hella merch, which is great. Y'all keep buying that merch. You feel me? But yeah, it's been great. Lives and I be killing it.
So, like, do you get a little bit fatigued out there when you're doing these kind of tours?
Nigga, I'm tired right now, but but we power through because this is the job. You feel me? But it is tiresome. I mean, you perform, you know what I'm saying, and then you have to get up and then, like, you know what I'm saying, drive to the next place and, like, do, you know what I'm saying, other things and then get ready for the show. Like, you know, it's a constant thing, but I kind of like that. It's fun.
So, like, stranger to performing, obviously. And so, obviously, everybody's been paying attention to what you've been doing aside from rap. So, you recently, put yourself on a journey through comedy. How has that been for you?
It's been fun. It's been fun. I just like being on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the pandemic, it really slowed a lot of, like, my performances down. Like, even on, like, a slow month, you know what I'm saying? I was at least doing, like, 2 shows a month on a slow month to then be, like, a show every couple months. Like, it was just, like, it was really tough. So, the comedy shit is just, I like being on stage. I'm comfortable on there. People ask me, like, is it the same? It's definitely not the same. Right. And people ask me if it's harder, and yes, it is harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, I was never really naive to the fact that, like, I thought that, like, just because I was a rapper, I'd be a great comedian, but it's more so just the fact that, like, I don't really believe I can bomb, because I just be talking, like, I just be having a good time. Like, for you to bomb, you really gotta be, like, not funny, you feel me, and, like, your shit just really don't hit, but I just be up there talking shit, and I be having a good ass time, you know what I'm saying? It's
That's
fun.
a public service announcement to T.I., since you think you can just do whatever the fuck you want around here. It takes some time around here, Tip, if you're listening. But,
right, it's a whole different art form.
Nah, it definitely is. A lot of people think they can do certain things on stage or just be a performer in itself, and sometimes that's really hard to do. So
right.
The fact that, you kind of taken your journey and went through a completely different avenue, so to speak, speaks volumes around there.
Thank you. I just be liking to try shit and do shit. So, I don't have no limits.
How has living in LA been for you?
Living in LA has been good. It's been good for business. You know what I'm saying? I like it in the business aspect. I've met some cool people out there, but LA just like a whole different, like, world, bro. Yeah, you feel me? From, like, the traffic really just, it make you not care about the state as much. It's just how bad the traffic is. Like, I wouldn't be mad if if California just fell off the map and just into the water. Because y'all traffic just pissed me off. Like, you will really be in like 15 minutes, if you going 15 minutes away, you going to be in traffic about 45 minutes.
Just a good one.
Like, it don't even make sense. I don't get it. But other than that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? LA is good. LA is good, especially if you're trying to, like, further your career or just network and meet new people. You know what I'm saying? Like, LA is what you make it. So you can go out to LA, fuck around, and not make nothing happen. But it's kind of hard because it's just the land of opportunity. You feel me?
So like you said, it helps out with business. How has that helped out with your music career so far?
Just being, like, in the area of these people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, like, the media outlets and, like, the managers and the agents and all that shit. It's like LA, New York, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, like, it's a hub for hella shit. So, like, you know what I'm saying, you could do what you gotta do wherever you're at, but, like, it just makes it more accessible to people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
if they in LA and you in LA, they're like, oh, let's link up. You know, like
Right.
it's just easier.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
So, like, who are some of the acts that you've worked with so far out there as gotten to connect with a lot of people? Any
Hmm.
ones in particular?
Let me
Just,
see. I just did some shit with Watsky.
yeah. Okay.
I fuck with. Let me see who else. The homie Mac Deuce. He's hella dope. Mac Deuce is dope. Let me see who else. Fucking Bahamadia. She's an OG. You know what I'm saying? Met the Man. Fucking. You know, I'm an old head.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Like, I'm a real old soul. I be feeling like the old niggas is my peers. You feel me? And no disrespect by old niggas, but you know what I mean.
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from.
You know? But, and a lot of dope producers. Like, we fucked with Masego. You know what I'm saying? Me and Blimes do a lot of work together.
Right.
Fucking J Part. Like, hella people. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Hella people. And then even, like, on the film aspect, like when you just in LA, you just fall into like hella shit. Like if you are creative, you're going to like meet people and then they gonna put you on to some other
Right.
shit, you know.
And if you got the passion for it, obviously, you got the work ethic, it's just gonna fall into your hands. So,
Literally.
as you talk about, being an old head, and not so much in that regards, but you're like a OG when it comes to just kind of the Seattle scene out here, but you're still so young. So, like, talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how has that been? Because when you look around the landscape right now, it's like a lot of different artists than from when you were coming up. How does that make you feel? And, like, do they reach out to you or anything like that?
I mean, I'd like to see the scene, you know what I'm saying, still doing its thing. Like, even before me, all the, you know what I'm saying, the Vitas and the Blue Scholars and the, you know what I'm saying, all the older homies, like, Seattle we've been building this scene for, like, a long time, and
Right.
each, you know what I'm saying, era has their own, you know, kind of like class, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's dope to see that people, you know what I'm saying, are still, you know what I'm saying, still growing the scene and pushing it further. And, you know, the ones that are still here, like, I respect it. I love it. Like, you know, shouts out like the STS boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Two Paid.
Okay.
You know, what's the name? Make a Million.
Yeah, I like
fuck with him. What's the other cat? Mike Jack? Is that what it is?
Mike Jack on that
Mike
shit
Jack,
again.
I
I
fuck
do
with-
like Mike Jack.
Yeah, like there's
I
some
fuck
like
with Mike
niggas
Jack.
is out here doing it. Like I like to see it. I like to see it.
And that's cool to see because, like I said, sometimes we have a lot of disconnect as far as our division, I would say,
Yeah.
from the eras of, just kind of the music scene that people come up with. So it's really good to see that you're like shouting some of these new guys out because, they're doing their thing, and I think they were blessed to, come into something that was already kind of, a foundation laid out, which everybody does, but, each generation is a little bit harder to kind of get out and be seen. And right now we're kind of, I wouldn't say in a golden era, but a golden era for opportunity for them to be able to expand themselves. So
No, for real.
I definitely appreciate you shouting them out.
Of course.
When did you realize you first wanted to do music? Like, I know everybody is always passionate about music. I get the people that's like, yo, I started writing freestyles when I was 6 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
And I'm
on the
like,
play
okay,
yard.
Really? All right. But when did you first realize, okay, I want to do music and pursue it professionally?
Damn, that's a good question. I don't even know. I be high. I ain't gonna lie. So there might have been a defining moment, but I can't think. I can't think of it right now. I don't even know if there was even a defining moment. Like, I've always been creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always just kind of did my own thing. Everybody that knows me knows, like, yeah, she just be doing whatever she want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like whatever I fell into was gonna be what I did. But even then, like, I just do so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like music has always just been the catalyst to what all the doors that I want to be open. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be known for one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, it's like when you start out, you can't be doing all this other shit because it's like people can't compute that, like, you can do so many things. So it's like you have to, like, kind of dumb it down in the sense that, like, I'm going to focus on this music shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I got to do in the music shit so it can open doors for, like, TV, film, and writing, and whatever the fuck else, you know what I'm saying, I decide to do. So, like I said, I don't know if there was really a defining moment, but it was more so like, I mean, before I did music, like, I knew for sure I was finna be in the NBA. I knew it. I said, I don't want to play with bitches. I want to play with Iverson, my nigga. Like, I gotta make it. I gotta make it to the league before Iverson retires. I gotta play with this nigga. Like, I really had hoop dreams.
Yeah,
like,
too. I'm like, yo, I gotta do this before this nigga do something. I feel you on that one.
I really thought I was gonna go to the league. But then music, you know what I'm saying, changed my life. But no. Yeah, so like I said, whatever I was gonna fall into, you know what I'm saying, I knew I would be good at. So, you know, music just happened to be that thing, and I was like, yeah, here we are, literally, here we are.
Do you remember the first song you ever dropped and actually put out?
Like on DSPs, like distributed. I think I don't know the first song, but I know the first album was Queen Latifah. That was 2012.
Yes.
That was 2012.
Yes.
Which I know is confusing because I think it's on Spot. It might even be iTunes.
Apple Music got a girl rap first, and then
Yeah.
Queen Latifah comes out 2018.
But that was my fuck up because when I uploaded it, I didn't put the release date officially came out and put the date that like I had uploaded it.
Yeah.
So 2018 is when I uploaded it to, you know what I'm saying, the DS or to Apple Music. So yeah, that shit was 2012.
So that makes sense because obviously my next question, Queen Latifah came out pretty much 10 years ago.
Damn, bro,
Right,
that's
it's been 10
crazy.
years. And I will tell you right now, I still go back and listen to it. Obviously, you got a few songs on there. The intro was just like, it hit you real hard.
Thank
at
you.
First,
I still
know
like
what I'm
that
saying? Obviously, there's Orange Skyline on there, which is, you know, to me, a cult classic. If nobody really knows about Orange Skyline, please go check that one out. It's featuring Jar B. That one.
That might be one of the first, actually. I think that might be like one of the
The
first.
bars was heavy on there. I will not lie, okay? The bars was heavy on there. But, you know,
Thank you.
how do you feel about that tape being that it is your first tape that you ever put out? Like, looking back on it now 10 years ago, like, how do you feel about it?
I didn't even think about it being 10 years ago, bro. That's really crazy.
Yeah, it's 10 years.
That's crazy.
I thought it came out in 2013, but obviously it was in between that time.
Nah, it was
Like I said,
2012. And when I think about it, I probably wrote some of that shit in like 2010, 2009. So like when I think back of Queen Latifah, like I cringe a little bit because I feel like a lot of artists feel the same way. Like their first album is just like, bro, I was like even the tone of my voice, you know what I'm saying? Like I sounded like such a baby. I sounded hella like a baby. But I will say that Orange Skyline, the intro, like a couple of songs on there, I think did age well. Yeah.
I mean, you know, obviously I was listening to it. You know, when we first knew that you were going to be coming on, I went back and revisited it. But Queen Latifah for me is one of those things I don't need to actually like. You know, if I don't see you or anything like that, I'll still go back to it because
That's hard.
It was hitting. I'm not gonna lie, them bars was hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like some bars be coming back in the back of my head sometimes, especially from the intro. And you had Cleo from Set It Off out there, so that really set the tone for it and whatnot. But you know, I understand what you mean. Like you know, when people are obviously looking or examining their work, you know, sometimes the first thing that they ever put out, they're like, they critique it. But, you know, from a fan perspective, I mean, like you said, it aged perfectly. It was very cohesive. You still had, you know, melodic songs on there from a transition of just hard rapping, you know what I mean? And I really love Queen Latifah, so
Thank you.
Shouts out to you for putting that out, because that was...
I appreciate it.
So, all right. So, obviously, you know, you're out there in the game. Like you said, you put out your first tape 2012, and then you become a part of More Gang, right? So, being that you were the only, I like to say, I'm going to say lady rapper because I don't want to use other terms, but, you know, being the only lady in the group, right? How was that to operate in a group full of guys, and then, you know, the only person that I would probably say like you resonate, or at least the sounds are kind of the same, is kind of you and Jar. But how was it like to operate within that spectrum?
Oh man, More Gang was an era.
It definitely was.
More Gang was a time. I I feel sorry for anybody that wasn't in Seattle or didn't get to experience the Moore Gang era. That was some shit. Like,
Wow.
I was talking to Drive the other day, like, bro, one of these days we're gonna have to, like, tell the story. Like, really tell the story and do some, like, docu-series type shit. Although a lot of shit was hella undocumented. That's why it's kind of, like, very, like, cultish. Like, you really just had to be there to experience hella shit. But with saying that, it was wild time. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of wild niggas. Like, we was all in, you know what I'm saying, most of us were in our early and mid 20s. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of, like, Jarv and Nacho being, like, the old heads. But shit, they was right. You know what I'm saying? We was all getting into trouble together.
Cult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys had your times.
We had our time.
If anybody is familiar or just kind of in Seattle, I think we're all, we know about Moore Gang. And again, that's what I speak to as far as you guys being, not the OGs, but the OGs to this generation. And for these guys that may not know, they definitely had to hear about Moore Gang.
They did, and there was so many. It was interesting because it was like more like a conglomerate, in the sense that everybody had their own individual thing already going on. Like, you got Skeets, who makes, the beats and does his own music, who's already doing his shit. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Skeets. Like, Skeets was putting out classics for like 8 summers. For like 8 summers, this nigga put out classics. You know what I'm saying? Skeets had it doing his shit. Dad, you know what I'm saying? Dad's doing his shit. And, he also the fashion guy, so he has his own lane. You got Juju, who's kind of like the MF Doom of the group, in the sense that he really just literally don't be showing his face, but just rap hella good. You know what I'm saying? You got Chief, the wild native nigga, you know what I'm saying? That be making all the slaps and just... I see this nigga punch so many people and fall into the punch. Like, have you seen a nigga, like, punch somebody and then, like, fall into
it? Yeah.
Wild nigga.
That's too much power right
Too
there.
much power.
Too much power, too much
You know what I'm saying? You got Jarv, Nacho, myself. You know what I'm saying? You got Malcolm, who's doing, like, the designs and shit like that. And fucking Cam. And, yeah, like, just everybody had their own...
lane.
Yeah, kind of had their own lane, but we was all family. Like, we all... knew each other, you know what I'm saying, from whether like actually blood related or like, you know what I'm saying, some people are like god brothers and cousins, and you know what I'm saying, Nacho grew up with my older brother, you know what I'm saying, so yeah, it was just it was a dope time.
Chilled out in his later
He's a totally different nigga.
Totally different dude. Right?
Total, like literally.
That's kind of crazy.
He calmed down. He had to. Like, while motherfuckers like that, at some point, that shit, you can't be like that forever.
Which is why probably nobody would believe your guys' stories. But
no, they would. We have a lot of we would have to do some, like, what are those, when we had the interviews and people would be behind the sheet with the, like, distorted voice. Yep. Like, we don't want to be involved in this, but we was there, and we could attest to it. Yeah, but we was there.
Shout out to Moore Gang, though, because you guys, like I said, you guys definitely were a footprint for this new generation if they don't know. And, I don't think anybody has seen a group that large be able to maintain some of that notoriety around here. So shout outs to you guys. So obviously, you transitioned from Moore Gang to a duo, right? So now it's you and Blimes. So talk to me a little bit about that. How's that going for you? How did that start?
Come on. I will say there was mad time in between the Moore Gang and Blimes. Like, I think really Moore Gang kind of like came to, as far as like putting out like like we'll always be like, you know what I'm saying, a group or whatever. But as far as like actively putting out music and doing all that shit, that had to been maybe around like 2000 and damn.
It was about like 2010. I'd say it probably started 2010 maybe and went to maybe I would say 2016, 2017.
Yeah, it's probably around like 2016. Maybe even like 14. I don't know. I'm bad with years and shit like that. But Blimes and I linked up. I want to say we dropped Come Correct in 2018.
Yep.
I believe. Yeah. 2018. And then after that, like, the shit just blew the fuck up. Like, the video went crazy viral. You know what I'm saying? We ended up getting we had moved down, or I had moved down to LA because we gotten a management deal through Adrian Miller, who was managing Anderson .Paak at the time.
Okay.
And so we were rocking with him for a minute, and then we ended up getting a distribution deal through Sony Orchard. It was like a subsidiary of Sony Music in New York. We did that, but like the timing was crazy. Like we had like from 2018 to like 2019, right before whenever the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, was first dropping. And it like really kind of, we had put out an album at the top of the pandemic. We were supposed to tour, like we was even gearing up for like we were doing like figuring shit out for an international tour and everything, and then the pandemic happened, and it kind of really fucked it up in the sense that we weren't able to like push it how we should, you know what I'm saying? Like we weren't able to do like the press run and like do Sway and all this shit. Like niggas was really on lockdown. But we was, but like somehow, you know what I'm saying, it's like a testament to, I would say, really both of our individual careers and just who we are individually that kind of kept us around. Like for us to still be, you know what I'm saying, like after we put out the album, it was kind of quiet for like all artists, but like especially the group and individually and shit. Like niggas was really just trying to like survive out here, you feel me? And so it's really, I would say, a testament that we were able to, you know, still stay relevant through the pandemic and all the shit, and you know, we on tour and all the shit. So I'm happy about it.
So I was gonna you and Blimes, and like you said, you guys had a lot of success. But does that bring a little bit of pressure as far as, you know, wanting to stick to the rap duo, and you know, as far as like, you know, how hard is it for you to like branch out individually? I mean, you talked about it as far as it bringing, you know, the pandemic and everything bringing credit to your guys' individual success, but is there any pressure to stick in that duo and, you know what I'm saying, kind of continue that?
That's a good question. I would say, yeah, there is a little bit of pressure in the sense that, like, us becoming a group wasn't a decision of ours. It was very much we put out the video and the internet just wanted more. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a good business decision, and it just made sense, you know, for us to do. So it was kind of, you know what I'm saying, like kind of riding the horse for as long as we can type shit. But like, you know, if there's like an opportunity, it makes sense for, you know what I'm saying, both of us, and yeah, we both agree upon it, like we fuck with it. If not, we don't. Like we really, at the end of the day, we're like really, we have a like a sisterhood, but we also have like a business relationship too. So we talk about everything, and you know, there's some things that come across the table that like I don't want to fuck with, and it's like if you know what I'm saying, if you want to fuck with it, take, you know what I'm saying, take that jig or whatever, and vice versa. So I think it helps that we have that like level of understanding, you feel me? So, but I don't think it takes away or puts pressure in the sense that like I don't think I can do my own shit, you know what I'm saying, for the simple fact that we were, you know what I'm saying, we were already like 6-7 plus years, you know what I'm saying, deep, like on our own shit till we even met, you know. So we came with our own, you know what I'm saying, fan bases and our own things to the table, and then just brought it together and just made it this bigger thing. And while it's being this bigger thing together, it also like helps us individually, you know what I'm saying, because we both have way different like interests, you know what I'm saying, outside of music, which is, you know, just being in the music shit has brought us, you know, other opportunities. So if anything, I feel like it's helped. And like I said, yeah, we both have an understanding and already have our own things going on. So when Blimes wants to do some shit, she does her shit. When I want to do my shit, I do my shit. When the time is right and it makes sense to do our shit together, we ready for that too. So it's just, you know.
That's a good working relationship right
Yeah,
there.
it's a great working relationship.
You feel like you get the credit you deserve out here?
In Seattle, yeah. I think I do. I feel like,
I mean, you're not I wouldn't say you're the only, again, let me preface, girl rapper out here.
not let me preface.
You know, because
But I get what you're saying, yeah.
Like, you're not the only one, but I feel like you're the one with, as far as, you know, the general vicinity can tell, you know, you kind of really have the most notoriety. I don't think anybody else is really too familiar with any other rappers out here. And so, you know, I always like to see, you know, whether or not, and it's okay to say like yeah or no, because you know how it is out here. It's a, you know,
Yeah.
it's complicated to, you know,
Yeah, it's politics.
have exactly.
It's
There's a lot of
politics.
politics. You know, a lot of sometimes there's a lot of, you know, not internal division, but you know, just kind of passive aggressive division.
Yeah.
So you do feel like you get the credit.
I do, and I'll say from like the people in the city in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I come home, it's always love. Like it's dope. Like I just feel like if you don't have like love in your city, like it's really hard. I would think it would be really hard to you know what I'm saying,
Right.
be
Expand
loved other
yourself.
places. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And you know, people bring up my name in rooms when I'm not there and talk good about me. And you know, I meet people all the time that like know of me through recommendation from someone from Seattle. So I think at its core, yeah, I think I do get the respect I deserve in that aspect. But talking about politics and maybe like opportunities and certain looks and shit, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, but also, you know, with the politics in Seattle, like I tell, like Seattle's not the same city that it was even like 10, 15 years ago.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? If you're really not from Seattle, you really don't get it. And there's different, you know, like even now you have people that are in positions and they're either not from Seattle or they're not even from the areas. Like they don't really know.
Yeah.
It's in the sense of almost like how you have police officers that be in areas, in neighborhoods that they don't know nothing about.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like you should have people from the city, from the area doing some of these shits, and it just is, it's just capitalism and politics and like what are your numbers like
Right.
fuck how good you are, or like, you know what I'm saying, or what type of draw or love you have. It's more so like, well, what can you do on the internet?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's a lot of corny shit like that, but that's just politics in general. No matter where you are, whether you're in Seattle, LA, where the fuck you are, there's gonna be politics
like
in the shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, nigga, my shit's in museums.
Right.
You feel me? Like, my shit is at the Mohai.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't remember there's another museum.
You got yours in the African American?
I think so. But don't get me lying. I know I'm in two Seattle museums, and I was in some shit in like an Oakland museum.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So shit like that, like museums, and you know, I've done the Voice of Seattle. I've done voiceover
Right,
shit.
right,
like
right.
that's what I'm saying. Like my shit be. Music is the catalyst. You know what I'm saying? I want to do
Seattle
mad shit.
Storm one time?
Not the Storm, but Throwbacks Northwest.
Okay.
They dropped a Sue Bird T-shirt because it's her last. You know what I'm saying? Her last season, and I voiced the promo commercial for the shirt.
Right.
But even shit like that, like, you know, the homie Rio reached out to me. It was just like, I couldn't think of anybody else. You know what I'm saying, to do this shit. So stuff like that makes me feel like, yeah, I feel like I do. You know what I'm saying, from the people and just like Seattle in itself. And
that's
like
what I mean though, like, you know, again, it's no disrespect to anybody as far as, you know, the girl rap scene. You know, it's just, I don't think anybody would be able to think of anybody else if we just said, yo, let's name the first girl rapper you could think of, you know, out in Seattle. I think everybody would be like, Gabby. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So shouts out to my Cuddy Shamel. She dope as fuck.
Shouts out Shamel. Hey, girl.
but I think also it's like I rep Seattle hella tough. You feel me? Like hella my videos I have Central District, you know what I'm saying, branded clothes on, and like I just really rep the city hella. And like I said, the city's not the same as it was like I said, even 5, 10, 15 years ago. And you kind of get to experience Seattle more so in the people. So I think that's why, you know, also plays into, you know, the love I get is because, like, nigga, I really embody Seattle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these locations might not be there anymore, but, like, I can tell you stories. Like, I know the people. Like, I kind of still keep the old Seattle alive. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So, you know, people know you as a rapper, but you got a nice little catalog as an R&B artist.
Yeah, be singing, bro.
Yeah, you kind of do your thing. Is there an emphasis to be like that? Or, like, when people talk to you about it, do they actually bring that up? Because, like, you got some R&B.
Thank you. Thank you. They do, and it'd be funny because every project I put out, I've sang on. Like, so I don't know if people thought that maybe it was, like, somebody else, but, like, I don't, especially when it comes to like singing, I might have done like a singing feature, maybe like 1 or 2 people, but like all my harmonies, all that shit, like that's the shit that's really hella fun to me. Like rap is a little bit more complicated in the sense where I really have to sit there and think about what I'm finna say and like
Right.
build, you know what I'm saying, the cadence and the word, all the shit. But like singing, that shit is like really like in harmony, and melodies are really second nature to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
grew up in the church, like right there on 23rd and Spruce, Curry Temple, CME Church. That was my, you know what I'm saying, the church all my family went to. And you know, I sang in the choir, and I played piano hella good when I was a kid, and played the drums, like, you know what I'm saying? So like I was just always kind of musically inclined, kind of like forcibly, you know what I'm saying? And like when I wasn't in, you know what I'm saying, in the singing in the choir and being at church, you know, I was sneaking and listening to my older brothers, you know what I'm saying, CDs and shit like that. So kind of music and all that shit has always been a part of me. But I've always sang, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always sang.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty
Yeah.
dope. How did it feel when you met Method Man? Because if they don't know you, they know you love some Method Man. So
I
what
do
that
love
like
Math.
for you?
I
Meeting
love
pretty
Math.
much your idol.
Oh man, it was great. It was great because he's a regular nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how they say like you don't want to meet your idols, but like he's really just a regular motherfucker, and that's so and that's so great. And it's been great to be able to be in this game and like meet all, like, you know, the people I look up to and, you know what I'm saying, fuck with, and in return like they fuck with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Meth thinks I'm nice. He, you know what I'm saying, like we talk, and he shouted Blimes and I out on the motherfucking verses. Like he didn't do like, you know what I'm saying,
Just a
take a moment to
verse and
shout out hella
yeah.
niggas. Like he just
Right.
shouted us out and then went back to doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I talk about that shit all the time. I try to bring it up. I'm glad you said it so I can bring it up. You know, I will never not stop bringing that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm watching verses with the homies, and this nigga was like, shouts out Blimes and Gab, and niggas was like, yeah! Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. But no, yeah, he's a really good dude. And we got to, even outside of music, like Blimes and I worked on this show called Drop the Mic, where it was basically like they have like celebrities and they like rap battle basically.
Yeah.
But they already had the pre-written like rhymes or whatever. Who the writer? Shouts out to the homie Micah. He's actually the one who put me onto the shit. He was one of the writers on the show, and like they would bring the celebrities, and then Blimes and I had to be like the rap coaches. So basically like trying to like sitting with Boy George, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
trying to show him how to like read rap lyrics and like not sound corny as fuck, and maybe change some of this verbiage because like the way you saying it ain't really
right.
hitting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and you know, Meth was he was one of the hosts on the show. So yeah, just and we got to perform. We did Blimes and I did the Life is Beautiful after party festival in Las Vegas like a couple years ago, and Meth was performing at the after party as well, and like it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas really got to like perform on stage with Method Man, like, and then go back and smoke with this nigga and just be talking about regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I always hope that all these niggas would be like, and so far they have been. So I appreciate niggas just being, you know what I'm saying, just like just gods, but like regular niggas. You feel me? Yeah.
All right, so I know you're a little bit pressed for time, so I'm gonna get a couple little bit of questions out of there.
All right.
But these are really important because I want people to, you know, obviously see you as the artist that you are. So, you know, what are some of your goals in this game, and how do you maintain that vision to achieve it still? You know, you've been in for so long right now. Obviously, sometimes that hunger can, you know, kind of go away. But how do you still maintain your goals and your vision?
That's a good question. I wouldn't say really the hunger goes away. I feel like the focus just kind of shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this music shit for literally like 10, 11 years straight, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, really been pushing the brand and getting the shit out there. So, yeah, at a certain point, you do burn out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially, like, when you're really, like, I had to stop at some point just being the artist and really having to, like, learn what the fuck was going on, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, to really try to, you know what I'm saying, like, be more well-rounded in the shit. And it's just, it's a lot, like, it's not, I don't recommend it for most people, you know what I'm saying, when niggas be like, they want to be a rapper, whatever, like, is there something else you good at, like, you should also think about that, you know what I'm saying, expand yourself. Like, you can't be a one-trick pony any industry, but especially music. Like any musician will tell you, like the bulk, you're not buying a house off of music, like
Right.
out the gate. You know what I'm saying? You got to have
Different
many
business.
other hustles. You have to have so many other shit around it. So it's like we as artists, like we have been like we're not fit for like 9 to 5s because it's like we don't want to work a job,
Right.
but the job I do have is to where I'm never not working. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's
Like
not a 9 to
I'm
5,
never
it's
not
24.
working. Yeah,
Right.
like I'm never not fucking working or doing some shit or hustling or whatever. So it's a trade off, but you know, like I definitely get to the point where I just be like, man, I really don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But when I say shit like that, like I know I could do mad other shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like it's not so much losing the hunger. It's more of a like, where do I put my focus now? Like what else can I do? You know what I'm saying, to expand on my portfolio or whatever the fuck. You know?
Okay. So obviously, you know, you're on tour right now.
Hmm.
What's next for you? Any mixtapes, EPs we can expect from you?
I should drop a mixtape, huh?
I mean, you know, it's been quite some time. I wasn't gonna say nothing. It's been a little bit of some time, but I feel like that's kind of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you've always had some in between time from each EP or mixtape that you've dropped. But
Yeah.
it's been a little while since we got a Gifted Gab, mixtape.
Not
so.
you putting the pressure on me
I'm
right now.
just asking.
The streets have been talking, and
You
it's been a
know?
while. No, I feel it. I feel it. I do. I am one of those ones that like curate a project in the sense that like I'm not dropping once a year or
Right.
twice a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might get one every 2 years or something.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm just, the world is my oyster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm gonna be fucking around with this comedy shit. You know what I'm saying? I got some things in the works with some film writing. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to build more on my voiceover career. So yeah, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Blimes and I are on tour right now. I think our last day is around like the end of October, and I just, so far there's been, you know, it's been a great response, and I'm hoping, like, you know, one of the main tours, like, to put yourself out there.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to see what comes, you know what I'm saying, of this run. And you know what I'm saying, it's about to be a new year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a whole new nigga. We'll
New
see.
year, new me. Come
Yeah.
on now.
We gonna see.
Well, listen, again, I can't thank you enough for coming out here and chilling with me.
And we look like some real Seattle niggas. We
Yeah,
posted
with the
our
North Face,
Faces,
you know what I'm saying, with the hoodie, and it's still sunny outside. Niggas
Yeah,
like,
on a boat. You
What
see
is
this
the
shit?
weather
Like,
out there like?
This
It's a
is
little cold,
Seattle.
baby. It's
This
a little
is
cold.
Seattle right here.
This is definitely Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Gab, I really do appreciate you.
Of course,
you
my
know what I'm
brother.
saying? But before we just, you know, leave it out, I got these last set of questions. It's called Rapid Fire.
Oh shit.
You
okay.
gotta
I
answer
already know.
literally within 7 seconds or less, okay?
Okay. Easy.
So you ready?
Yes.
Method Man or sugar free?
Sugar free.
Ooh! Okay, rank these real quick. Cause and effect. Queen Latifah. Gab the Most High. Rank them 1 to 3.
Cause and effect. Gab the Most High. Queen Latifah.
That's how you, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Orange Skyline or 187?
Orange Skyline.
Okay, hold on. I got one for you.
Yeah.
AI crossing over Jordan
Mhm.
or AI stepping over Ty Lue?
Jordan.
Oh, okay. Chop suey or crocodile?
Crocodile. Them is my people.
If
Them
you
is
could
my
work
people.
with anybody, dead or alive,
Mm.
who would you choose to work with?
Sugar free. They're like, damn, you on his dick. Yeah, I'm trying to, man.
No.
Right. Free married. I don't know now. I don't know. Sugar free took a new leaf. A new lease at life.
Right.
Yeah.
I seen him.
Yeah,
I'm
shout
like,
to,
yo,
congratulations,
he ain't
P.
pimping like
you know
that.
what I'm saying? You a P forever. You know what I'm saying? You just a P with a wife.
Conflicted or that way?
Ooh, that way.
I like that way too.
I like conflicted too, though, but that way.
I do like conflicted, but that one was hit.
Yeah, I like that one. I'll be
Last but
slapping
not
that one.
least,
Yeah.
If you can have any superpower, what would it be?
Super punching strength. I want to be able to sock a nigga to death.
Is that invincible? I think that might be invincible. I'm not sure. I think they got a name for that, but
I want to be one punch woman. I want to sock a nigga really
Mike
sock
Tyson
you and you
superpower,
die.
nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I hit you with this hook, I will kill you.
I
So
will
like,
kill
don't
you.
even. Yeah, that's my superpower.
She's like, ooh, you just don't know, nigga. No, I give you that jab, boy. You gonna have a heart attack. Nah, man. Like I said, appreciate you. That's a wrap for Back on the Boat TV. Once again, I'm Mid-Range Jay. See you next time.
What's up, Big Mama Trauma? Thank you for the beat. Appreciate you. We gon' do this shit in one take. Watch. Look, little niggas. Look. Please tell me, what's better than a thorough bitch? Who got your back in a sitch? Get in my tits, where that motherfucker live. We gon' pull up to his crib, try to tell him that we bout to show him what the fuck it is. What the fuck it is, nigga? Savage is an understatement. I work hard to fuck you niggas up, I'm not complacent. Pappy Mason, running with this fat cat, keep him chasing. You niggas got no code, so why you activated? Not the 1, 2, 3, or 4. You miscalculated. My name tastes good in your mouth, that's why you salivating, huh? Ask BG, the vapor get you a lot of time. Coming with the smoke, you gon' see the night. And it's clear I'm on your grill like Invisalign. It gets real in the field when you step on mine. And I'ma still keep it chill cause my weather fine. This is real as it gets in the land of lies. I seen them coming for a happen cause I analyzed. They started dumping on them niggas, had them pantomime. Knew it was something about them niggas, so I handle mine. Ain't nothing sweet up in the streets, that's why we thuckin' Hines. Yeah, now let me get up off that rhyme scheme and show you bitches why you'll never hang around my team. You couldn't see me with Visine or high beams. I was just vibey, but now I'm pissed off. I don't hit soft, I'm lightning, I'll flip your wig off. I'm ready bold, this a different flow. Big Daddy boss turned demon like Piccolo. Beating niggas off, y'all bitches like a pick and roll. You only know screens. My bitches really hit it and get it by all means. Y'all really fiends to me. What you think they put in that lean? You big dummy can't tell me how to live, let alone get money, huh? Y'all funny, not haha, but funny like damn. Damn, so many times I had to mark spam. Silky slim on a bitch and I'm geeky like damn. If I sick my bitch on her, you go crazy like ran good pussy like Stimpy and I'm pimpin' like Ken. Sharpshooter, I'm the coolest nigga in the whole gym. Got jumper and a thumper, disconnect your whole chin, huh? What's a 22 to a 30 round ram? Everything G, huh? Yeah, and I put that on me. Who you put that on? What, huh? Tell him everything G, yeah. Little bitch, what you mean, why? And I put that on me. Ooh, who fucking with me, nigga? Pull up to the scene like a smoke machine. Triple beam team, get the cream, what the fuck you mean? Y'all niggas moving too slow, just like a cup of lean. All my niggas on gold, just like the light is green. Yeah, you see this, peeking through the zenith. Nigga try to trap me like a Venus. Told him he gotta cool it if he wanna keep his penis. Gotta be assertive, but niggas just won't believe it. But I'ma leave it. Got a seat at the table, I need a plate full of everybody eating what the fuck I gotta hate for. Greatest of all time, and I am not a scapegoat. These niggas is all mine, it's what I got a taste for. Damn, Gab, you's a cold bitch. I talk to her how I talk to you, I don't code switch. Now hold this, where's my blunt? I need focus. Y'all niggas say what you can, and that's whole shit. I'ma do whatever I want, that's on my closed fist. Gotta keep my shit tight, exactly how my clothes fit. Whole click, got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, nigga, already told you I'm a cold bitch.
Whole click, got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch. Whole click, got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch. Whole click, got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch. Whole click, got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch.
I already told you what the deal is. Baby, you gotta swallow it no matter what the pill is. I'll drill this deep in your skull, so when you hear me, you gon' feel it from the pit of your soul. My nigga told me that I'm out of control. I'm on a roll, it's all perception. You ain't gotta ask if I'm riding, that's not a question. If the feds watching, I'll be fresh as fuck. I'ma make them niggas double back and come again like an extra nut. Damn, Gab, man, you wildin' tough. Game time, I'm like AI, putting numbers up. My name deep in they mouth like they esophagus. When it comes to real ones, really ain't a lot of us. Everybody can't catch a ride on the charter bus, you feel me? so lil nigga move on. Who on? I get bread with gray poop on. Bust your whole udon, down to the bouillon. Everything G from A to Z like Tucson. The type of shit that I'm on, sorta like Dylon. Man-made nylon, you're moving like a python. Snake shit, when I roll my weed I put the eighth in it. And I'ma hit the back to the eighth in it. Cause if you ain't first then you ain't winning. Real spit. Whole click got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, nigga, I already told you that I am a cold bitch.
Whole click got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch. Whole click got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch. Whole click got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch. Whole click got a cold grip, let the whole rip. No shit, I already told you I'm a cold bitch.